Hey, I want to show you my technical analysis on Tesla, and I'm gonna try my best to explain these type of things because this is my first time ever trying to explain these. So I'm really gonna try my best, and hopefully I do it in a way where you're able to understand what I'm saying. But yeah, so the first thing I basically do is go to the daily time frame, and I don't know how much you know about reading candlesticks, but the daily time frame, basically each of these candle represents a day, and if you go to the 4 hour, each of these candle represents 4 hours of candle, and then if you keep going smaller and smaller, it gets more defined, and it gets more a little bit messier. But the reason why you move into the 4 hour is to basically just know the overall trend of the stock that you're trading in. And the first thing I noticed here on Tesla when I did my analysis on Tuesday on it was I see here that we have levels here, we have levels here, and we have levels here. These levels here are considered in a trading world a support line. And support is basically, think of it as the ground. Each time each time stock reaches this certain price, we can see here it gets bought back up. So stock Tesla here made a run, it got tired, boom. That's this price right here, this level right here at 274. We're able to find buyers coming in. So buyers came in, stepped in, and rose this price all the way up here. Now, if you want, because technically this right here it would be considered support too. This right here can be considered support. So any retracement you see or any pullback you see on a stock and it goes up, those are considered support as well. But the reason I personally don't have all these, I don't mark every single one of them, is because it gets too messy with the lines. So I do like major support lines where like this right here, this is major. This right here, it's not too major because it's still on an uptrend. We haven't seen any red candles yet, so it's not really a major support line. But like even right here, this is just a period of consolidation. It's not major. You don't have to mark it, but you can if you want to. I prefer not to because I'm trying to not have a lot of lines on my on my charts. So I just mark the biggest support that I see, which is here, here, and here, and that's the first thing I wrote. So the first thing I noticed here is that we have strong levels here, but now mind you, since these are so far out, these are like what 237, and Tesla is currently at like 360. These are not really relevant support lines because they're so far out. So I don't see Tesla ever dropping $100 to this level at all, but I will still mark it. I could even, depends on how I see the overall market. Sometimes I won't even mark this. I won't even mark this. The closest level of support that I would mark would be here. So this would be here. I would mark this as support here. So let me extend this back here. The next thing that we're going to notice here, which is another terminology that traders use, is called resistance. Resistance, think of it as a ceiling. So the same way that price get bought up when they reach a certain support level is the same way price sell off when they have a resistance level. So we can see here Tesla rose up to 362 and then it got sold off immediately. This can, like I said, this can be considered resistance as well. This can be considered resistance as well, and this can be considered resistance as well. Any pullback, so any uptrend from the pullback is also considered a resistance level. But because just for the sake of keeping the charts clean and not having too much lines, I don't mark those. I only mark the major support. And what I see here for support here is, price touched here, got sold off. Price went here, it didn't get sold off too much, but it got sold off. Price went here again, it got sold off. So ignore this currently because this wasn't here when I did my analysis. So just like pretend this is not here right now. So the next thing I did after I marked the high resistance and the low support, I move over to the today 1 hour time frame. So as I'm here in the 1 hour time frame, the second thing I notice here, let me zoom in here a little bit better, uh, right here. So the second thing I noticed here was, again, this is a support level here. So I'm gonna write here, I'm gonna write support. So this is the support. Oh man. I'm gonna write here as support. The next thing here is, mind you, these all wasn't here. So this whole stock was in here when I did my analysis on Wednesday. So the next thing I'm gonna do is mark here. You see this candle here? Mark here. This right here is a support level. Oh, I mean, this right here, this candle right here is a resistance level. Now, here's the thing about resistance level. When a stock breaks a resistance level, that level now becomes support. So you can see here when Tesla broke this level of resistance at 348, price, what it wants to do is come back to the resistance level. So it came back to this resistance level to test it. That held strong. So that lets everybody know that this resistance level is now considered support. This is Tesla's support level. And so when I seen this on Tuesday under the analysis, I seen that the price went here once. It got bought back up with it got right back up. Its price went there again. It got bought right back up. It didn't quite touch it right here, but it kind of sort of went there. Then it got bought back up again. So that let me know right here, as a trader, that this level right here at 348 is highly, highly respected. Now, some people, what they do, instead of creating just a line of support, they create what they call a zone. So they have an area like here, a zone, because just like right here, price didn't quite touch it. This area right here of the zone is still considered a support level. Just because it didn't touch it, quite honestly, it's still honestly a good trade. It's still a good support level. I usually, I have a zone marked up if I'm trying to get an entry. And that's exactly what I did when I was trying to trade Tesla. So, I'm done with that. I looked at this. I seen this area here. So what I do next is I moved into the 30-minute time frame to assess the trade a little more, to see any entries I can take on this. This was on Tuesday, right? So Tuesday, again, see how this was, it kept getting bought back up, getting bought back up, getting back up. So what I did here was I knew this is a level that people respect. So what I did here was basically monitor this area on Wednesday for entry. So what I did here was marked up monitor. So I just monitor the area for an entry, and that's exactly what I did. I wait for the price to pull back. I believe, I can't remember. It was around here. Yes, it was here. Sorry. It was here Wednesday because this is Wednesday. It was here. While this was trading off, this candle right here, I was waiting for that pullback to get down to the 348 level, and exactly what I did. I waited and I entered, and from there I stayed. And here we are here to 375 level. So I got in I believe I got in at 356. I got in a little bit too early, but nonetheless, the trade was still a good trade. But from 356 to 375 is the reason why I was able to get 600% on Tesla. Yeah. Now, if I can zoom in back, I'll show you something else. Let's say I took an entry